Salute, salute. Y'all are listening to the sounds of a black ghost. Nah, I'm just playing. Hey, this gonna be a dark live, cause I need y'all to focus on my words. You know what I mean? I need y'all to focus on my words. That's right. Salute, salute. Salute, America. Salute, Uncut Squad. How y'all doing? Ha! I bet y'all thought I was done for the night, but I'm on a roll, y'all. I'm on a roll. You know why? Cause I know I've been changed. Hey, y'all check this out, man. Y'all check this out. I want to talk about being able to separate, like during hard times and times of a crisis, okay? Being able to separate your emotions from your spirituality. Being able to separate your emotional outbreak, your emotional intake, your emotional overwhelmment from your spiritual journey, your spiritual outlook, your spiritual message, you know, your spiritual climax. Lots of times we as human beings, especially women, okay, and I think it's fair to say, focus on emotions a lot more. And men do too. I'm a very emotional man, you know. But allowing those emotions to get the better of us allows the tools that the adversary needs to penetrate your guard, to penetrate your protection. You know, if I get emotional, then my memory is my next best enemy. And then after that, there's room for depression to sneak in. There's room for regret to sneak in. You see what I'm saying? And there's no time for that when it wasn't for me. I can't be, you know, I'm in survivor mode. It's got nothing to do with victim. Refuse to be the victim. Even though you are the victim, refuse to be the victim and go into survivor mode. Because there's nothing that your adversary hates worse than to see that there's nothing that they can do to knock you down. See, that would be the spiritual way of looking at things. But a lot of us can't get to that spiritual point or that spiritual understanding, that spiritual comprehension, because we are bogged down with this emotional overwhelmment. So we've got to learn to separate the emotions from the spiritual walk, because those emotions can make your path harder. Those emotions can make your path longer. Those emotions can make the lesson you have to learn a lot more harsh than it had to be. You know, God will open your eyes to a situation, but it's up to you to trust. If you allow your emotions, your flesh to question what God has already set in his authority, what God has already set in his precedence, what God has already set in your life by his will alone, his power, then you're going to have a longer fight than you deserve to have. By succumbing to your spiritual journey, your spiritual walk, it comes with wokeness. It comes with the understanding and the mentality of, you know, I'm no longer focused on what I lost. I'm focused on why God took it. God took it because it wasn't for me. It wasn't aligned with me. It wasn't the way that he wanted me to live. It wasn't the queen that he set aside for me. She didn't have the mentality that she needed to have as a queen to hold down her duties, y'all. And this ain't pointing the finger at no one. It's giving an example. It's a hypothetical. So focus on why God brought you out of a situation, and I guarantee you'll find a reason to praise him. But it's easy in the flesh to be attached to something and become depressed, become sad, and take your eyes off the prize. Well, when you finally put your eyes back on the prize and you inherit that spiritual perception that God is trying to give you and was trying to give you all along, then you'll notice you prolong your fight. Because while you were emotionally overwhelmed, it was about you and your breakthrough. And now that you're putting your eyes on God and you're walking upright and you're adhering to his message and you're making those atonements and you're living that life and you're talking that talk, walking that walk, and you're giving him praise in the midst of crisis. The word says that God inherits the praises of his people. That's what it takes to get his attention. So when you finally get to that point, you're still going to realize that the whole thing was about you and your breakthrough. You know, emotions are like, it's like clutter in your house, y'all. It just gets in the way. It gets in the way. You cannot let emotions become an obstacle, because then it becomes an obstruction. Not only to the path that God is trying to put you on and the blessings that he's trying to give you by closing this door and opening another one, you know, you start to beat yourself up when all along you have no reason to be sad and depressed. God is removing you from a situation. You know, God never said that he wasn't going to deal with that situation and those who did you wrong. He never said that. But in order to deal with you and to deal with whatever, you know, your adversaries have for you, he's got to move you out of that situation. He's got to move you. You know, when you're called and when you're chosen, all things come to good. All things work out for good for those who are loved and called according to God's purposes. So as long as you're in the right, you have nothing to worry about. But how do you get to that righteous point? You get to that righteous point by fighting back those emotions. As hard as it may be, when you want to cry, do what I do. Shout out to Brother Lamont, who introduced me to Evangelist Tony Evans on YouTube. Oh, Evangelist Tony Evans got something for you. You know, Evangelist Tony Evans is like listening to some Gerald Levert songs. He's got a message for everything. But you have to keep your head up. You have to focus on you lifting you up. You'll realize when you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, you're trying to talk to the wrong people or the wrong person. Because in my spiritual journey, I realized the whole time I had someone to talk to. Now, did I get everything right? No. But I didn't let anything outside destroy my home. Okay? I didn't let anything that happened outside destroy my home, and I didn't listen to those who, you know, those that I wasn't married to. I can live with that. I can live with that because what I've gained already is something that I never thought that I could have. So now I look at what I'm going through now as that blockage. I had a 10-year blockage to stop me from getting where I needed to be. So everything works itself out. You have to remain faithful. You have to have your emotions in check and know that when you walk spiritually, that you're going to have everything thrown at you. You're going to go through trials and tribulations. You might have 2 or 3 days where it's victory after victory after victory, blessing after blessing after blessing. But on that 4th day, on that 5th day, on that 6th day, you might face defeat, trial after trial after trial. You're being tested. You're being tested. Be faithful. Be loyal. Pass your test. No matter how hard it is, pass your test. Jesus carried a cross by himself to his crucifixion. Job had everything stripped from him and still remained loyal. So we've got to learn how to, even in the midst of a crisis, keep our eyes on the prize. Keep our eyes on God's walk, God's path, your spiritual journey, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in. Okay? I'm a little bit of everywhere. I just know that there's a higher power, you know, and you know, I just got to get my praise on. I don't have time to be sad because too many good things are happening. Too many good things are happening. Don't focus on the bad, focus on the good. Don't focus on what you've lost, focus on what you've gained. I can't cry over 10 years when the next 30, 40 years might be the best damn years of my life. And so far it's shaping up to be that way. God has the last say-so in every situation. And God will speak. And God has a divine way of being heard whether we want to listen or not. With that being said, I hope y'all can take something positive away from this. This has been another message from the revised page of Real Talk with Mr. Uncut. Remember, if y'all going through something, I want to know, hit your boy up. Let's talk. You always got somebody to talk to. We could pray together. We could do whatever. A family that prays together stays together, and y'all my family. So y'all know what it is. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Y'all pass the word. Get my channel popping, y'all. Mr. Uncut is back, and we speaking nothing but positivity for prosperity, y'all. Nothing but positivity for prosperity. Remember, you've already won. You've already won. Stay real, stay woke, stay uncut. Be inspired, be great, be you. Give God the glory. And watch what he gives you in return. Stay consistent in your praise, y'all. Ashe.